house. And the topic on this one is called Declaration of Independence. In Congress, July 4th, 1776. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America, when in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind, which requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed with their Creator, with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whether any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience have shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariable, the same object, evidences of design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain, the history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having direct object establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws the most wholesome and necessary for public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance unless suspended in their operation till assent should be obtained. And when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records for sole purposes of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of people. He has refused for a long time, after such dissolutions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative powers, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise. The state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and conclusions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states for the purpose of obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of lands. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amount and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us the times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has affected to render the military independent of a superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us of, in many cases, of benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our governments, for suspending our legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burnt our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He has at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, dissolution, and tyranny are already begun with the circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, sacrilege paralleled in the most barbarous ages and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens taken captive on the high seas of bare arms against their country to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers, the merciless Indian savages whose known rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress. In the most humble terms, our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Shut that motherfucker down. Get the fuck out the White House, Trump. Get the fuck out the White House, all you motherfuckers, because y'all all have disrupted the fucking whole equilibrium of the entire fucking earth. Get the fuck out. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our immigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity. And we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow them usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and the consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce. You can never acquiesce. This is saying this in the declaration. They said, we must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war and in peace, friends. We therefore, the representatives of the United States for America, the United States of America, and the General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world of the rectitude of our intentions, do in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states that are absolved from the allegiance to the British Crown and to all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain, and is ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states that have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and do all other acts and things which independent states may and do right and right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. So get the fuck out of the White House, because the White House is not even for them. It is for we, the people, the self-governed. We stand up. We, the people. We, the people. You motherfuckers that are up in the White House, the Trumps, all you motherfuckers that have stole people's last names, get the fuck out, because the people will rise up. And when they rise up, there's no stopping. All the bankers, fraudulent fucking commercial bankers, stealing your fucking money every fucking day. Form 56 them and put a UCC lien on every motherfucker that is doing you wrong. All the corporations, Form 56 them and put a UCC lien on them. Straight up. Articles of Confederation. Go and read that. Your rights are in the Articles of Confederation, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution for the United States, of the United States, whatever. People need to stand up, and they need to stand up now, because your shit all your rights. You will be fucking gathered up like they did, like Russia did to all the people in Tartaria. They erased the fucking records. These motherfucking Russians erased the records, and then they put everybody under fucking slavery. And that's what Trump is doing right now with the motherfucking Russians. You think that nigga ain't in bed with the fucking Russians? Wake the fuck up, people. Read the fucking Declaration for your fucking self. Become your own fucking state. Disconnect from these motherfuckers because they doing you wrong. Straight up. So that was our portion of the Declaration of Independence. Go and read the Declaration of Independence for yourself. You will see the truth is in there, where you have the right to declare yourself your own state. You can publish it, declare it. Newspaper, publish. Everything is published on the record, and it has a motherfucking affidavit by the newspaper publisher. So if you have an affidavit by a newspaper publisher, that stands as law for you. Declare your independence. Declare your independence now. The Declaration of Independence allows you to declare your independence. The 13 colonies declared their independence. The United States Private Enterprise Free State has declared their independence. We did that 3 years ago, and it's on the record, and it's at the Palace of Peace, the Peace Palace, and the World Court in the Netherlands. That's what you have to do. You want to be free? Call the United States Private Enterprise Free State up. We know how to get you free. 407-300-5377. The Declaration of Independence is your document to declare your freedom right down at the motherfucking county court. You create your Declaration of Independence, you take it down to the county court clerk, have it notarized and authenticated there, send it up to the state, notarized, authenticated there, run it up into the Peace Palace, all of that. You send it on the pink card because it's foreign, and you know that you have it registered mail, return fucking receipt. You want to declare your independence, you declare it like that. That is on the motherfucking record. Straight up. You got to get from the fuck under these people because they robbing you. The banks are robbing you. Every fucking body is robbing you that has that social security number on you. They have a piece of all your dividends that are supposed to go to you, but it's going to them because you have not declaimed your fucking independence on the fucking land that you were born on. And everything starts right here in fucking America, in Tartaria, and whatever the fuck you want to call this place. Straight up. Trump, get the fuck out of office because you ain't doing nothing for no fucking body but your own fucking people and for the fucking corporation of the fucked up United States. That's all Trump is doing. He ain't no fucking president over no fucking body. Straight up. You your own fucking president. Trump is not your president. He's a president of a corporation. Well, the birth certificate is born under the fucking corporation. If you have a birth certificate and it's in the corporation is the fucking city. So then you was born in the corporation? Find out. How do I status correct if I have a birth certificate coming out of the corporation or issued by the corporation? Declaration of Independence. Wake the fuck up. Take back your fucking independence and your fucking freedom now. Declaration of Independence. Read that motherfucker and take your independence back right the fuck now. Stay up, stay one, stay strong, and I am fucking out.